Uh, Hi to all. In this video, we are going to see about output equation and main dimensions of DC machines. Before going to output equation, what are the main dimensions we should know for each machine? It may be either DC machine or synchronous machine or induction machine. See, the diameter of the armature and the length of the armature. These two things are called main dimensions of a machine. Okay, so that see output equation relates the output and main dimensions. We derive the output equations, and that derived output equation we should um, relate to the main dimensions L and D. That is the output equation of the DC machines. Okay, the output equation relates the output and main dimensions of the machines. Actually, it relates the power developed in the armature and main dimensions. So, some of the notations we should know before going for the output equation. Okay, EMF induced or back EMF. Okay, EMF induced in the sense if it is a generator, EMF will be generated. If it is a motor, back EMF will be generated. So it can be mentioned as E. IA is nothing but armature current. Okay, and phi average flux of average value of flux per pole. Z total number of armature conductors. Okay, N speed in RPM. Okay, P number of poles. A number of armature parallel paths of circuit. D I told no D and L diameter of the armature, L length of the armature core, diameter of the armature and length of the armature core. These are the some notations we should know before going for output equation. Okay, power developed in the armature P, we know VI. Okay, it's a DC, so VI only. So instead of V, we are substituting E here. E is nothing but back EMF or EMF induced in the circuit. So we can write EB is equal to pi z n by 60 into P by A. The same thing we are going to substitute here. Pi z n P by 60 into A, and IA value we can write as it is into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so here we can segregate P pi and IA Z by A, okay, into N. Okay. Multiply with 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 60. Okay, the term P pi represents the total flux and is called the magnetic loading. Okay, there are two loadings are majorly present in all the output equations. One is electric loading and another is magnetic loading. Okay, magnetic loading we can represent as a BAV, and electric loading we can represent as a small q. Okay, the term PQ represents the total flux and is called the magnetic loading. Magnetic loading per unit area of the armature surface is called the specific magnetic loading or average flux of the flux density in the air gap, BAV. Okay, specific magnetic loading means magnetic loading per unit area of the armature surface. Okay, BAV. So BAV is equal to P pi by pi dl. Okay, Webers per meter square or Tesla denoted by T. Therefore, P pi is equal to BAV pi. P pi is equal to BAV by pi dl. Okay, P pi by pi dl. The terms IA Z by A represent the total ampere conductors on the IA Z by A armature and is called the electric loading. Okay, electric loading per unit length of armature periphery is called the specific electric loading. The term the word Q will be used for this for the specific magnetic loading. BAB we are using for specific electric loading. Q we are using. Okay, so therefore IA Z by A is equal to pi d. Q pi d. Okay, substitutions of the equation 2 and 3 in 1. 2, 3 in 1. This is the equation 1. Okay, so we will get leads to kilowatt BAV pi dl into Q pi d into n into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so we will get 1.64 into 10 to the power of minus 3 B Q d square L n. So the other terms we'll consider as a C naught. Okay, so we'll get C naught d square L n. So here d square is nothing but diameter and L is the length of armatures. N is the speed. C naught is the coefficient, that is output coefficient of the output equation, where C naught is called the output coefficient of the DC machine and is equal to 1.64 into 10 to the power of minus 4 BQ. Therefore, D square L is equal to KW by 1.64 into 10 to the power of minus 4 BQN M cube. Okay, the above equation is called the output equation. The D square L products represents the size of the machine or volume of iron used. In order to that maximum output is obtained per kilogram, iron used, D square L products must be less as possible. So D square L should be less in the sense the materials which is used for uh, iron will be less. Okay, the values of Q and BAV must be I. Q is nothing but specific electric loading. BAV is nothing but specific magnetic loading. Separation of D square L. Okay, knowing that value of KW and N and, and assuming the values of Q and BAV. Okay, we should find the value of D and L. Okay, for that D square L is equal to KW divided by 1.64 into 10 to the power of minus 4 BABQ into N. Okay, let us consider D square L value will be 0.1 meter cube. Since the above expressions has two unknown, namely D and L, another expression relating D and L must be known to find the value of D and L. So here d square L value we are getting 0.1 meter cube, but we don't know the value of d square and L value. So another relation is the usually value of ratio armature core length L to the pole pitch is assumed to be d square L product. Okay, the pole pitch toe refers to the circumferential distance corresponding one pole at diameter d. In practice, L by toe lies between 0.55 and 1.11. So L is equal to, from this equations we can find L is equal to 0.55 to 1.11 toe. Okay, so 0.55 to 1.11 toe pi d by p. So we can write if L by toe is equal to 1. Well, let us consider L by 2 is equal to 1. So, and P is equal to 4. L is equal to 1 into pi d by P. The value will get 0.785 D. Therefore, D square into 0.785 D is equal to 1.1 or D is equal to 0.5 M. Okay. Note that the D square L product can be separated by assuming the values of peripheral velocity of the armature. So here we can't find the d square L value directly. For that we are using the toe value and find the values of D and L value. Thank you.